Hello guys. Um, Today we're gonna talk about TCP. TCP. No, we're just gonna use Python on TCP, sockets and stuff like this. Because lately there is a lot that has been going on. There's a lot of people talking about different technology stacks and stuff like this. And I said to myself, no, why don't we just go back to you know to the basics, to the concepts. Once you've learned this, then you would be able to do anything, like actually anything, just transmit information over or across any platform in any situation. So this is the basic of everything. So today I've decided to bring up this, and we haven't done anything that is on this channel. We haven't done anything that is slightly advanced or something like this. So today I've decided to do something maybe medium, okay, and which we will try to go up with the difficulties. So we're gonna we're gonna we're going to we're going to decorticate this client server architecture using this TCP stack or Python TCP stack with some databases, maybe SQLite later, and we're gonna go over the concurrency and see how we could just establish or receive multiple connections at the same time. And it's all about it. So as I assume that you have a basic understanding of what is threading and what are sockets. Okay, so in here, in this let's say that in this main.py, we're going to try to create our server. So the one that is going to be listening to different incoming connections that could be from different platforms, maybe Android, Windows, anything like Linux, just anything. Okay, so the same goes over anything that is there. So let's try to create our server. Let's just create a function that is called maybe let's say let's call it master server. Okay, master server this way. Okay, and now we just define our socket. So socket, let's call it master master socket is equal to socket, then socket dot and socket stream. So socket dot sock stream. Okay, and then we try to bind. Okay, so master socket dot bind, and we pass in the IP address. Maybe uh, let's pass in our own IP address. So the IP address should be string. So I don't know how much is this. So let's keep it for later. Okay, and the port is let's say 5554. Okay, and then we're gonna say while true, then we'll have to listen. So master socket dot, dot listen. We pass in 100 in here, and afterwards we do another while true. So while we're listening, we accept the connection. So the connection. So master socket dot not this. So we have to accept the I think the client socket. So client socket, and then address. Let's try to make this a little bigger. Okay, address is equal to, to master socket dot accept this way. But is this enough? No, it's not enough. So to be able to listen to different connection at the same time, we have to create a thread. So once we accept this client socket address, we have to strive to start like a thread, a process or something like this that deals with this specific client socket. Okay, so what we're gonna do is do the following. So we define something that is called maybe let's call it handler. Okay, and this handler is going to is going to is going to treat the connection. Maybe in here we're going to maybe try to receive from different connections, maybe try to receive a message. So we do maybe this. So data is equal to client socket. In here we have to pass the client socket and address, and in here client socket dot receive, and in here we're passing how much do we want to receive. So let's say that we're receiving this amount of bytes. Okay, so afterwards maybe that's it, we close the client socket. So client socket dot close this way, and that's it. Okay, we try to print the data. So but first we have to decode it. So let's say decoded data is equal to data decode, and then we pass in the encoding, so UDF, and then finally we do the print data, print decoded data in here, so that we are able to call the handler. So in a manner or in a way that is concurrent, and we are able to, the moment that we accept the connection, we just pass it to something to handle it, so that we could accept another connection and another connection and another. You understand? Okay, so we do this. So we do threading. Okay, let's call it thread handler is equal threading dot thread, and then we pass the target. Target is equal to handler, and then we have the args. The arguments are client socket and address this way. Okay, and then we do the thread handler dot start this way. Okay, so we're just calling the master server. So in here we do this. So master server, and that's it. So let's check up our internet, our IP address. So if config this one, I believe, so 16106. We print, let's say in here, let's pass in a message. Let's say that print server is up. Okay, and let's see if this runs or not. So it is running actually. Now in here in the minion, as you can, if we go back and look at this, once we accept the connection, we are expecting to receive a data. Okay, so we expect to receive some kind of bytes. Okay, and those bytes, we need to decode them, so it's going to be a string, so we're sending string as bytes. So to be able to do this, we have to create maybe we have to be able to connect it to the address and send a message. Okay, so to do this, let's just try to create a function or something like this. Let's call it def send message. Okay, this way, and in send message, let's say that it takes message. Okay, and in here we do the socket. Let's call it minion socket, or socket minion socket is equal to, I have changed the keyboard. This is why there are so many typing issues with this video. So socket dot afnext socket dot sock stream, and this way, and then we do the minion socket dot connect, and then to what we are trying to connect. So we are trying to connect to that address, which is this, And remember that it is a string, so then the port is an integer, so the port is an integer. I don't know how much what we have done in here as a port 5554. So in here we do this, and then after that we have connected. What we're gonna do is do the following. So we're gonna try to send. So let's say that minion socket dot send, and then we send like some kind of message. So we're sending the bytes first, as bytes of course. So then message, then we pass in the encoding. So it is a UTF-8, okay, this way. And that's pretty much it. But there's more to it. Let us just see how this is gonna go first, okay? Let's just do this. So minion socket dot close, okay? Let's try to call in this with the send message, maybe hello first test, okay? We're not gonna be able to launch it from here because the server is gonna go down, or the not gonna go down, but the debug is gonna stop. So let's say that okay, so we're minions, so python python 3, let's just call it minion.py. So hello first test. So we have been able to send from one address to another address. So but this is not enough. This is just one message being sent from just let's say one connection. So let's now try to create or establish multiple connections at the same time. We could like do this. We could do something like this, like for I in range maybe 10 10 come on, send send message, and then we pass in maybe str 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 I, okay. Let's try, let's test this, okay. You could see that we have been able to send something, and we are sending something, but those are not concurrent connections. To be able to do this, let's just do this, okay, right here, and in here let's just create another function which is going to be spamming multiple connections, like bots, like real connection and different connections. So let's do something like this. So def uh, let's call it bot creator or something like this, okay. And in here what we're gonna do is we're gonna send something, but this something is gonna be established by a separate thread. So what it means the following. It means that we have to create a thread, a different thread, and then start it. So let's call it um let's call it minion thread or something like this, okay. Minion thread is equal to threading thread, and then we pass in the target. The target is equal to send the message, okay. And then the args the args are gonna be I'm sorry, are going to be message, okay, this way. And in here let's try to construct the message, okay. So message is equal to let's try to do something. Let's say that maybe bot plus str I. So bot 0, bot 1, if you understand, if you could guess, uh, is saying hello, okay. This is it's as simple as this, and then afterwards we start the thread, the minion thread. minion thread dot start. And in here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna do bots bot creator this way. This way, we're gonna send a message. We're gonna spam like real connections. Those are, imagine that this one is a user. Okay, so this user, we're gonna spam multiple users that are trying to send a message, establish a connection, and send a message. But what if we do not want this to die? We just want to keep sending. So we do here a while true. So while true, and then let's set like a time sleep. So time dot sleep, and maybe just let's keep it at 1 second. Okay, and in here we cannot just close the connection, so we have to keep the connection working. Cannot close it. So that's all about it. That's all about it. But if we do this, and in here we have the key to keep the connections. We have to keep the connections. If we do this, if we remove the close in here, we have to remove the close so that the connection is still established. But what I'm intending to do is just keep the close in here and move up this up here. So it's just a complete establishment of a new collection of a new connection. Okay, so we just do the here and just close the connection. So not client socket but minion socket dot close. Okay, and in here we're trying to send the message is saying hello bot this way. So this is our server. Let's go back to the minions and let's try to do this. Okay, we're sending, but why isn't it working? I'm not receiving anything. Okay, let's do this. So task manager, test system. Let's try to find Python. Let's look at our server. Our server is receiving data simply. We didn't modify the server, so it should be running just like it as it is. And in here it's the bot creator and then start. Okay, so the start is missing a parenthesis, so let's try to do this. Okay, as you could see now, those are like multiple connections at the same time sending this. This is what happens like in a real scenario. This is like a client server architecture with excellence. This is what's going to happen. Maybe in the main there's like an SSL wrapper in here and stuff like this. In the next video we're going to take this to the next level. Maybe try to fetch some data from a server or something like this, or okay. And actually there's one more thing maybe we could do quickly right now. So let's just kill it and kill this one. Okay, what does it say? Cannot kill. Why can't you kill? Oh, -9 dot Python 3. Okay, after doing this, I want to be able to receive something after doing this. So before the client socket, let's just move this and just put it here. And then in here, let's go to the minions. Okay, and you see this? We do this, and then we do this, but not minion socket. We do client socket send, and the message should be maybe it should be something like this. Receive received. and in here receive, and in here for this we do this data client socket receive, but not client socket receive, we do the minion socket receive. So minion socket dot receive, and then as always we do the data, the decoded data, decoded data, the decoded data, and we do decoded data is equal to data decode, and then data decode, and then we pass in the encoding, and then in here we do the print decoded data this way. Okay, I don't know if this is working correctly or not, but after sending, yes. So received, and that's all about it. So let's try to do this. Okay, and then we go back in here. Just try to start this. Bot 3 is saying hello. Yeah, but the handler is sending bytes, is sending hello, and then we send in receive on here. So this is it. So basically with one connection we could send, we could receive, and vice versa, we could do anything. So this is all about it. I hope that you have followed this video. This is very interesting, and the next video, like I told you, is going to be maybe more about including maybe some databases into it and incorporating some kind of a logic. Then we're going to be able to take this and just try to implement it on Android or other devices, stuff like this. So that's it. Thank you guys.